Hello everyone, and welcome to another Monday. Welcome to Weekly Patronage, where I, Lauren, go through weekly patron challenges and talk about other things and drink a lot of tea and also go live. Hey look, I'm live! You'd figure I'd be used to that by now. I've been working at this company for about a year. I've been streaming with this company for about a year. And you'd figure I'd be used to seeing the little pop-up that goes, hey, look, you're live. Not used to it yet. Hi everyone in chat. How was your weekend? Because, you know, it was a weekend. Let's close that. We don't need to come see me. We don't need double me. And it's a Garwar raid. Hey Garwar, how you doing? Yes, it is. It is not a Monday of weekly patronage unless we get a raid from Garwar. and a subscription from Shoden. Hi, how you doing? So yeah, how was everyone's weekend? I had an orchestral gig. I played oboe and English horn, and I played English horn for the first time in several years. It's been a while. So if you notice I'm wearing gloves, they're pressure gloves, because you know what I've forgotten? English horn is heavy. I forgot. I had the neck strap on and everything. English horn, heavy. So yeah, if you see me wearing these gloves, that is because I played a lot of English horn and my wrists went, it's been a couple years, what are you doing? So yeah, but I'm happy to be here. And yeah, I'm having fun. I did have a great time, Tim's. It was good. I'd missed it. Now, I did get a chance to play a gig like month and a half ago. So I've started to have little gigs here, there, and everywhere. But this was the first major one I've had, and the first one I've played English horn on in a while. But today is Keenan asking a good question. What's on the schedule for today? Well, for the next 2 hours, you got me going through patron challenges and answering your patron questions and not being patronizing, because we are all here to learn. And then later on, there's going to be a familiar quest, and you know who's going to be on familiar quest is Dottie! Yay! Hope Lavelle is coming back to a familiar quest tonight to continue to play Dottie and to hopefully help out all of the familiars on a familiar quest, because you know, I say every week that things are getting serious and dire on a familiar quest, but guess what? That's just how it works. That's just the show. So, sorry, I'm trying to take care of several things at once. Anyway, let's get back to the game. So, if you do have any questions for me about Idle Champions, about orchestral playing, about Dottie, the Dandelion Familiar, which is available. She's available right now as a charity familiar. So if you go ahead and pick her up, all of the net proceeds for Dottie will going through May 3rd, will be donated to Conservation International, which is a wonderful organization helping keep the planet healthy. And anything else you might have to ask about, we have the wonderful Mars, who is our moderator in chat. Hi, Mars. How you doing? Mars is going to be grabbing questions and taking care of stuff in chat. So if you do have any questions, put question in big capital letters right at the beginning so he can grab it and put it into our little backstage chat. Because every once in a while, I'm drinking tea, so I can't watch. All right. So for those of you who are new to this fine show, I call it a fine show, but I hope you like it. For those of you who are new, basically the beginning, we decide on which patron we're going to go and work on first. Now, up until a couple of weeks ago, we'd basically been doing polls in the chat and gone through and set up a formation in all three of my adventures to take care of 3 or 4 of these patrons. But lately, we've been using the first one to not just do a free play somewhere. We have been using the first patron to go after an adventure variant, which is making my life much more difficult. But hey, you know, that's the fun of this show. And the reason is because I'm still trying to unlock a whole bunch of the perks down here. Now, Mert, before we get the fun going, before we actually get the chat question going. Also, thank you, Fallen Angel, for subscribing. Welcome. Hope you enjoy your emotes. Before we get going, let's do an overview of what I've got left to unlock, because that might influence your decision. Because this first patron that we're going to vote on, we're going to do a variant, and we'll see what happens. So, Mert, not a lot left. I've basically been just trying to get the silvery gates because, hey, time gates make me happy. Vajra, we got a bit more. In fact, I actually can do some updates. So let's maximize that. I did some work over the weekend. I'm not as interested in Gold Find because I'm doing pretty well on Gold Find, so I'm basically kind of working on these 2 down here, but I've got a couple that I'm working on. Strahd. Oh, Strahd, you have so much that we have to do. And all these are pretty good because these are all help with damage, help with damage, help with damage, help with damage. can't complain about helping with damage, but Strahd makes everything so difficult. And then Zariel's the one I'm still working a lot on. I still got a lot to do. And I should start working more on Zariel because it will make my trials a lot easier to start to, no trial left undone. And Tiamat Unleashed would really help me out because, we've been trying to do those trials runs and I'm hitting the point in where I'm the person who is not finishing the objectives, and I need to fix that. So, let's see what happens. So chat, I'm going to leave it up to you. While I answer some questions from chat as they've come in, go ahead and vote in a poll that's going to be up shortly because Mars is good at this. Which of these 4 patrons are we going for first? And remember that, I'm just laughing because the poll is Mert, and all your options are Mert in parentheses. So remember, whoever we're going to do first, we're going to do an adventure variant, which will hopefully help you out if you're trying to get some of these perks done. Because remember, doing the challenges is great. It's a wonderful way to make sure that you're being able to buy stuff in the shop, but the perks are the way that you unlock a lot of things, and especially trying to get some of these tiered blessings. So while I see it there in chat. So while we do that, I'll go ahead and switch on over to questions. J-Mick, a yielding question. Hi. Of all the big bads in D&D, from Asmodius or Asmodeus, whichever you want to say, to Vecna, which one is your favorite, whether they've been in a game you've played or not? Oh, jeez. To run as a DM, I end up homebrewing my own when it gets to the big bad. My podcast right now is fighting, spoiler alert, the end of campaign big boss. And I tend to do a lot of homebrewing for that kind of thing because, especially at levels 17, 18, 19, and 20, there's a lot of power there, and they've already been doing a lot of stuff. So I do a lot of homebrewing. As far as the ones who are around, it's hard to say. It's hard to say of the, okay, so you mentioned Asmodius and Vecna. Both of those are good. They're good, solid, difficult to attack bosses because both of those they're smart. They have the smarts to be able to do a lot more than just be the big bag of hit points and whack you with a mace. Or Tiamat, for all of her glory, and I know somewhere B-Dave there's a tingle up B-Dave's spine as he realizes that someone's talking bad about Tiamat. But listen, unless you do some of the really, really, really outstanding stuff that's in Fizbins, which I'm going to point to back there, Tiamat is actually not that interesting. Why? Because it's basically 5 dragons put into one, and if you fought a bunch of dragons before, you know what's coming. Is she a difficult fight? Absolutely. Can it be a fun fight? Yes. But one of my favorites? Nah. I'll also throw that question back to everybody in chat. Not just who's your favorite big boss to fight in actual D&D, but in this game right over here, because there's a lot of bosses that show up that you got to battle against. I wonder if any of you have a favorite creature or monster or whatever that you like to fight in this game. Oh, Strahd has won. Oh, we're going difficult. Okay. You want a challenge today, chat? I appreciate a challenge. Why do I say it's a challenge? Well, for those of you who are new to working on the Strahd variants, well, not only is Strahd a challenge because it forces me to talk in my incredibly bad vampire accent, but Strahd is the patron that the least number of champions are eligible for. By a significant margin, not by like 2 or 3. By a lot. So Strahd's a little bit hard. All right. Keep asking those questions in chat. I will come back to those. So I've only got this adventure party going on. It's done. I finished this. I'm just letting it run as we figure out where we want to go with Strahd. So let's at least take a look at the challenges in advance. While I look at these challenges, Time Lord Major, thank you for subscribing. Welcome. I hope you enjoy your emotes. I'm especially fond of the natural 20 and natural 1 because they are 3. Go ahead and put into chat. I'm not going to do a poll for this, but go ahead and put into chat, since we're going after an adventure variant, if there is a specific campaign that you'd like me to focus on to look for a variant for us to fight. Just whatever campaign. I mean, we could try to double up on Strahd, and we could try to look for stuff in Barovia, but, you know, we'll have to see. Meanwhile, let's see. Jim as our highest damage dealer. No tanks. I mean, if we're doing an adventure variant, it's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, at least today. Jarlaxle, Tyrell, and Hitch. They might show up in our formation. That is definitely possible. Democracy triumphs, says Timnos. Yes, I am a fan of voting to see what happens. Bully for you, the Strahd version. I mean, would we like to just pay attention to Bully for you the entire time? It's that Coffeena, I joke, but that's actually not necessarily a bad idea. I am seeing Witchlight, Avernus. You know what? Let's see what I got in Avernus, because I'm still trying to unlock stuff there. So let us complete this adventure. I was trying to clean up a couple of adventures that have been released that I hadn't finished yet. So that one is done. Nox Angus, I mean, we might end up going for Barovia just to be, you know, that on top of things. All right, so we got Strahd, Avernus. I mean, we've got these ones over here. Yeah. I find these really difficult. We might do those. Let's see what's actually happening down in Avernus. Earthquake. Dex of 14 as well as the intelligence. An earthquake causes. Yeah, this is a hard one to do right now. Let's see. Oh no, we're not doing Zapper Overload right now. I gotta just keep an eye on those. Madcap Adventures Redux. Madcaps spawn with each wave of enemies. If a Madcap deals damage to a champion, another Madcap immediately blood spawns from the far side of the screen. The Bloodspawn Madcaps do not drop gold or count towards quest progress. Each time a Madcap is blood spawned, all champion damage is reduced by 99% for 3 seconds. So this one, I'm tempted to go with this one because it doesn't have another restriction on the number of champions we can use, and I kind of like that. What you think? What you think? I'm looking at chat. Whenever I look over here, I'm looking at chat. I could put chat right there, and I'll address chat this way, but I got the game. I got the game going. Sure. Smugglebree says, sure. You know what? Let's do this. Start objective. The other thing we're going to do real quick, after we get some familiars out on the field, is I'm going to take a look at the other patrons and see what sort of stuff they want us to do for their challenges. I'm not going to guarantee that I'm not going to end up using one of these champions here because I've already got very few to work with. But, you know, it can't hurt to keep an eye on Barrowin, Binwin, and Puent. And that's it for Mert. Vajra wants Jamila as our highest damage dealer. Cataby, Regis, and Dritz. Okay, and Zariel, Nayeli, Calliope, and Ashara. We're not doing Ashara formations in Strahd. And Jarlaxle. Okay, we'll try to remember all of that. Let's see. So, once again, it's Strahd. Strahd does not like a lot of people. So, we're probably going to go with Celise. Probably going to go with Averin. Tyrell is needed in another adventure, but I might be short on tanks. So let's think about Tyrell. Birdsong is one of my go-to DPS, so we might Birdsong. Ooh, Hitch or Vlania, probably Hitch. We could also go Farida, but I'm thinking we're gonna put Birdsong in here just because I could use Farida in another adventure and actually have Havilar go along for the fun. I might use Gosrick. Yeah, Cambion, you're gonna win. You're gonna win for a second, but that's fine. Rhea would be good here because hey, we're in Avernus. So let's see. Quillic might be good. Viconia might be good. Let's see. Let's see who we've got. Okay, I know Jarlaxle is needed in another patron variant. And Bailoth is pretty strong, so we've already got our DPS, and I want to save Mehen for them. Could have Belushi as our tank. We've got a couple of options here. We could Whittle, we could Belushi, we could Talon. We've got options, and I'm tempted to go Cthulhu. Okay, how are we doing for tanks? All right, so if I go Belushi, and then I've got Celise, and I don't think I had. It's always the tanks that get me. It's always the tanks. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going with. Yeah, Alex Byrne, we need 3 tanks. I mean, we could technically put anyone we want in there, but it would be helpful to have 3 tanks. So Celise, Tyrell, and Belushi, get out there. Get out there and do your stuff. You're gonna wild shape and be a moose. There's a moose in my house. All right. Birdsong's gonna be our DPS. Birdsong is melee, so we're gonna focus on melee kills. We want the reflecting wall. Let's put you there. Birdsong is neutral. Why do I always say lawful neutral? I'm like neutral something. So neutral, and you. We're gonna go supportive. Okay, so this is a pretty good base we got going on here. Let's get Bailoth. Bailoth is gonna buff the people in front and behind. We're gonna be a soloist. Lawful neutral. Let's get Averin on in there and make sure we spec for that. I could put Rhea in there, but I can't get Rhea next to Birdsong anymore. And I also can't get Quillic adjacent. That's less important for Rhea. I guess technically Grama and Turiel. Yeah, I mean, we could go Turiel, but this formation, I find it a little easier to have the DPS closer to the front than towards the back. A lawful neutral cat, no less. Yes, possible cabbage. All right, let's get Rhea in there because, well, it sucks that they're not next to Birdsong. It's not the end of the world. Gosrick is really good, but I think it might be difficult to place him, and we're gonna have armored enemies though. Ooh. You know what? Let's do it. Let's get Gosrick in there because we got Celise. So we've got to put Gosrick there because of snowflakes. Oh, look at the little cart. All right. We've got 3 more slots. Yeah, armor. Get rid of armor. Hitch is gonna be good. Let's get Cthulhu in the back, and let's do Hitch. Because they're going to be decent buffers from just a ways away. Grail-shaped, it feels like that code should produce a Mert patron chest. You're not wrong, but there's only so much I can do. All right, we're charismatic. We want it targeting non-adjacent champions because I got Birdsong up there. Let's get our auto progress going, and I don't know, what do you think, chat? Switch Hitch and Gosrick? Ooh, yeah, because I think that's still gonna work. I'm still getting used to, oh yeah, there we go. Okay, all right. I'm liking this. It buffs your cat. Always buff the cat. Does Bailoth need to be next to the DPS? I thought just in now of... Oh, you know what? You're right. So, yeah, he's just in front or behind. So if we do that, perfect. What? You know, I put Bailoth out there, and I'm like, he just needs to be... I just need the DPS to be in front or behind him. And then I just immediately started thinking of him being adjacent. But Bailoth is sneaky that way. All right, yeah. You know what? I like it. We have an optimal formation. Let's buff a couple potions. Let's get a large potion of speed to get some stuff done. Let's throw on a fire breath. Why not? Because we gotta make to 550. If I get a speed potion going on in there, then it's a good chance it could be done by the end of the stream. If not, you know, we'll come back over here and I'll throw more speed potions at it and we'll get it going a little bit faster. And you know what? Hey, you want to see this potion of polish? Y'all want to see where I end up with this potion of polish? Give me your chat. I want to know. Who do you think this potion of polish is going to end up on? I didn't even realize I had this thing until just now. Oh, Alex Byrne, I have been playing this game for a very long time, and there are people with way higher buds than me, so I appreciate the compliment, but trust me, there's a lot going on. Delina, Hitch, Kreidel, Delina, Lazpaz, Frida, Gosrick. Hey, if it ended up on Gosrick, I'd be super happy. Got a lot of people saying Delina and Xander. I mean, once again, also, Santa Claus 1988. If this potion of polish ended up on Frida, super happy. She's one of my top DPS. You know what? Here we go. Let's do this. And drumroll. It's a Xander. It's an ornate dagger. Whoa. Ah, well. Okay. All right. Well, we got this going. I think what is next... I'm going to answer a couple of questions and then we'll get another patron challenge going on there. Streamer luck. I seem to have heard that Mars, and I say this knowing that this happened because I'm the one who made the captions for the clip. I seem to remember that Mars had some amazing streamer luck recently, and so I'm pretty sure Mars has just stolen all of the streamer luck. Every streamer luck. Yeah, Reaver01, Mars broke the streamer luck. Ah, Mars. You know what? That's fine. That is fine. I'm gonna be happy if we can just get through the Madcap adventures and get ourselves some stuff done. I am not one of those people, like, okay, I like to joke, Grown McGavin, he stole all the luck, period. Mars. I am not one of those people who actually, like, when it comes to rolling dice, I don't believe that dice get cursed. I don't have any superstitions around dice. Same thing with the potions of polish or streamer luck or that kind of thing. Like, I know it's just random, but it's fun. It's just fun. Okay, let's get some questions going. Remember, if you have a question, go ahead and put it in chat with big capital letters, question. And then Mars can stick it in our backstage chat because sometimes I'm sitting here looking at a formation going, ooh, blueshy, and I'm not looking at chat. So let's see. Alex Byrne, question. Lauren, I just unlocked Zariel. Hey, congratulations. Mazel tov. Any suggestions how to juggle all 4 patrons, events, and maybe trials soon with slowly building influence and progressing in campaigns. Yes, and kind of. So this is gonna sound like a cop-out answer, and it's honestly not. The way you juggle it is by figuring out what is your next objective. And that becomes your primary focus. And then the other things will kind of work themselves out. And what do I mean by what's your objective? Well, if you've just unlocked Zariel, maybe you want to focus on Zariel for a while and do a bunch of Zariel's challenges, do a bunch of the patron variants for Zariel, and unlock a bunch. Maybe, you've got this new patron, dive right in. Maybe one of the joys of having Zariel is you've been trying to get a lot of Modron component chests. Because, yeah, if you pick up all the patrons, let's go ahead and let's buy some Modron chests. Let's buy some Modron chests. So maybe that's been your goal, is do you want to get better at the pipe game? In which case, maybe for Zariel, you just do some of the free plays and a couple of challenges just to get enough for that. There is an event coming up. If you are looking at the champions that are going to be in the next event, and you not only want to get the new champion, but also really gear up the other ones, then maybe that's where you focus your efforts on. I usually, at the beginning of an event, I drop all of my bounty contracts. I just, all of them up there, right at the beginning, get myself all kinds of the currency in order to play as much as possible, and then I literally stick all 3 of my formations, one on one champion, one on another champion, one on another champion, and I just try to get as many chests as possible. And that kind of becomes my jam for a week and a half during the events. So that's kind of what I'm saying. Take a second and think, what's the next thing you want to do in the game? Prioritize that, and then go from there. That priority may only take up one of these 3 adventuring parties. In which case, now you can kind of decide, okay, well, what else do I want to do? Or maybe your priority will take up all 3 adventuring parties. I want to unlock Dungeon Master on Wednesday, and I want to gear up Dungeon Master to the max. And so I'm going to put all 3 adventuring parties on unlocking Dungeon Master, and that's cool. So that is my advice. I know that's not specific advice. For me, right now, with an event not going on, this is literally what my focus is trying to get these patron perks unlocked. And it's not just to get the bonuses to them, but it ties into your question about, maybe trials. I've got Zariel that I really want to get some of these perks going so that I can do better in trials. So this is kind of one of the steps I'm taking in my longer term goal of being awesome at trials, of not being the person who needs to be who's struggling to finish an objective in trials because they've got the intelligence modifier on there and can't use Orkira. Not bitter. So yeah, figure out what your long-term goal is or your short-term goal and go for that thing. And you know what? The other stuff, it can wait. For me, I would also prioritize any new event champions that are coming out, because that is a limited time thing. Like all the patron stuff, anything with campaigns, even trials to an extent, all of that is ongoing. All of that is going on all the time. The events are very, very limited, and so for me, events become my priority every time they come up. I hope that helps. It wasn't just me. I'm seeing a lot of people also giving some suggestions in chat, which is good, because yeah, there's going to be a lot of different ideas about that. Sailnit question: who's the next CNE member you think should get a streaming show? I mean, there's a lot of people who work at this company who are awesome, who I think would be wonderful on stream. Some of them have no interest in being on camera, which is 100% valid. Like, this is not for everybody. Some people just don't want to perform, and I get that. So yeah, I can think of a couple people who would be fantastic, but that's, either they just are not interested, or like I get anxiety before I perform, and I am a performer. So there's some people who just get anxious. I can't think of anyone who hasn't been on a streaming show yet who I think should get a streaming show, who also I know would be interested in being on a streaming show. So I'm gonna give you this answer. I want another show that Trevor and I can be on at the same time, because I keep ending up as a guest with Trevor, like jumping onto Champions of Lore or things like that, but I don't get to be on a regular show with Trevor all the time. So that's what I want. I want a regular. If I had the time for another streaming show, I want to stream with Trevor. Gassies335 question. Several of the in-game pop-up announcements have had ENG on the end for English, presumably. Shouldn't those be trimmed off? No, because we're trying to be sure that anyone who sees those pop-ups, even if they are using a different language, knows that that show is in English. And so, basically when we put those in-game alerts out, we have to keep in mind that not everyone who's going to see it is a native English speaker. And so it's easier for us to just be careful and put the ENG at the end and make sure anyone who sees that alert knows this is an English-speaking channel, than for there to be some questions. For the same reason that if we were to put an alert in there for a Spanish-speaking channel, people would want to know what to expect. I watch a lot of Spanish-speaking channels all the time to support my friends. I don't always understand what's going on because my Spanish is real bad. But, it's good to know in advance. But we're also still working on fine-tuning how that's going to work now that this game is available in multiple languages for multiple people. How we can best work that for everybody. And right now, that's just the best way of going about it. As you correctly deduced, you figured out it means English, so yay. Before I get to some more questions, I see that more people have joined us from the game. They probably saw that alert that had ENG in it. Welcome. So, we should get another poll going, since we've got one party going with Strahd, but we've still got 2 other adventuring parties, 3 other champions, 3 other patrons. So Mars will get the next poll going in chat shortly, but this next one we're just going to work on some patron challenges. Probably going to grab a free play, and we're going to work on getting as many of the weekly challenges done as possible. Who should we pick? Mert, Vajra, or Azario? Vote now. Most likely to have a secret moon base. Oh, well, I know the answer to that. That's not necessarily who I would vote for. Let's get some more questions. CF2 question. Hi, Lauren. Hello. Could you remind me which champs are going to be part of the upcoming stream promotion? But I don't want to duplicate any characters. I looked on the CNE website newsfeed, but there's nothing there. Thanks for your help. You're probably just going to want to look at the Steam news. And once that is live, it should be listed there. Santa Claus 1988. So is it worth using polish potions anytime as long as you have heroes you want polish on, I guess? Yeah. So because the Potion of Polish just picks a random champion and gives them a shiny, and it's just random, my view on it is use it as soon as you get it. Because, okay, maybe it ends up on a champion or in a slot that is not your jam. You've still now made that champion a little more powerful. And because of the number of parties that we have going on, because of the depth of how many champions you need in order to be doing all this stuff all at the same time, it's always going to be useful for any champion to get that much more powerful. But if the potion is just sitting in your inventory, it's not helping anybody. So I'd rather have it helping even a champion I don't use as often than just sitting there, because you don't know who it's going to end up on. Kinravip question. We know Orkira is into marshmallows. You've noticed. If you start to lobby for champions who are into chocolate and graham crackers, can you do that on your own, or will you need more support? Alright, I'm going. Bye. Okay, I'm back. That was pretty good. Who would I lobby for chocolate and graham crackers? Here's the thing. I'm just lucky that I got Desmond and Tatiana as snack pack friends. Like, hashtag snack pack. That makes me so happy. So, I don't know if I could, like, the serious answer to your question is I don't know who I would ask for, but yeah. One more question and then we'll see, because I think, yeah, we've got just a couple seconds to go for voting. Reaver, one question. Do you think Gosrick is the final component to break open Artemis DPS due to him buffing so many slots at once? 6 and Tomb of Annihilation, for example. Maybe. I mean, that armor ablation is super good. I still gotta level up Gosrick. His I got him all purple, but, you know, his gear is still a little low. That armor ablation, it's so good. So nice. Do I think it's going to do the thing? I don't know. People would have to try it. But it wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. Gosrick is just... Okay, first off, Gosrick is really good because of the armor ablation. And then also, look at the little cart with all the little bobbleheads. He's just so cute. All right. I believe, yes, we're being told that Zariel has won. Zariel. Okay, so you can keep putting your questions in the chat so that Mars can grab them while I'm gonna go taking a look at Zariel. What does she need? Nayeli, Calliope, and Ashara, and Jarlaxle. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's well, let's see what we can do. Lots of fiends, humanoids. I mean, we can kind of go anywhere for humanoids. Now, once again, there's going to be like the best places to go, and there's going to be some standard places to go, because I'm trying to work on the later campaigns, Witchlight, Avernus, and Icewind Dale. That campaign name left me for a moment. I kind of prioritize those 3. So, yeah, I know that Grand Tour has a whole bunch of options, but I think we're gonna do Sunblight and Rime of the Frost Maiden. That's got tons of humanoids. Okay. Let's swap. Let's do the thing. All right, now everybody in chat gets to guess how long it takes me to find Sunblight. All right, we need Zariel, Icewind Dale. Nope. Nope. There it is. 3rd time's a charm. 3rd time is the charm. So it's Calliope, Nayeli, and someone else. Let's get some familiars out there. Calliope, Nayeli, and Ashara. Okay. Right? Yeah. So... there's Nayeli. So yeah, we can't have Jarlaxle, because we can do... There's Calliope. And Ashara, where... There you are. So that's... we're gonna go with that. We're gonna boost damage. We're gonna boost damage behind us. Okay. So we are not gonna make an Ashara formation, because we're gonna try to boost Jarlaxle, because Zariel wants Jarlaxle to be our highest total damage dealer. I know at this point there's gonna be a lot of people in chat who it's gonna hurt. to have Ashara in a formation and not do an Ashara formation. I know. It's going to be okay. I promise you it's going to be okay. All right. We want you there. We want you there. Probably doesn't matter as much because I'm not buffing Ashara. Not a big deal. Let's take a quick look at... Vajra wants Jamila, Cadbury, Regis, and Dritz, and Mert wants Sparrowin, Binwin, Puent. So we're going to try to avoid those champions. We'll see. Oh, you know what? So this is probably where we're gonna stick the Heroes of the Plains in here. Most of them will be able to help out here, and it'll be good. Get in there, Okira. Why you go? Why am I having this problem? Get in there. Come on. I feel like I need to talk to Sean. There we go. We just needed to change areas for some reason. Okay. We'll also get Penelope. We'll stick Penelope. Yeah, there, because her ultimate will be fun. I went good automatically, but Jarlaxle is evil. We're probably still going to have more good in the formation. Jamila needs to be in another castle. We might go Strix. Could go Eliwick. Could go. No, I can't get Eliwick up front. Probably go Wolfgar if we need. Let's get a human in there. Let's get a Freely. And Jarlaxle is neutral evil. And we definitely want a Freely, and we definitely want a human. I think we're gonna want you there. Neutral evil. But let's see. I don't want Talon because we got an evil DPS. What do I got? Two more spots. Let's stick a Strix. Strix is fun. And let's get a Wolfgar in there. Let's get a bunch of people on in there. Let's make sure... Yeah, increase the damage of champions in 2 columns in front. I like to get the double quest items or count for double quest progress so that we go faster, but in this case... okay, wait, if I put you there and I put you there, can I get myself... Go stun people? There we go. There we go. I have intentionally made the formation less optimal in order to get what I want, which is human doing stuff. Okay. Meanwhile, Ashara... well, we want to go elf for... Yeah. And then let's zip through here. And then it doesn't really matter. I mean, this says 4, so we'll target that. Here we go! There we are. Once again. Are we in an optimal formation for DPS and for pushing our wall and for doing awesome things? No. Are we in an awesome place to try to get as many of these patron challenges done as possible? Oh yeah. Absolutely. Ooh, that's a lot of explosions I came back to. So yeah, we've got a Zerial going on here. Let's save this formation. Let's make sure we got that formation and all the specializations. I'm going to check that in a moment because I can't remember exactly where we need to go to. But let's stick a large out there and... yeah, I want to get stuff done. I'm just gonna start using large. Just start using large. Okay. Jarlaxle needs to get to 250. I don't think there's a 300, so 251. Oh, so actually we only need to go to 251. There we go. Done. Second adventuring party. Done. That deserves a drink. Goodbye, Trumler. Goodbye, so long. Thanks for all the fish. Anyway, yeah, this is what we've been doing for quite a while, which is the optimal formation for getting challenges done. Because once again, not an optimal DPS formation. But am I more likely to get this done faster because I got human up there? Yes. Then that's good. Am I going to have a problem getting to 251? No. I know I've got plenty of blessings. I am not I'm not hurting. I know these champions are strong enough. I know I could put a ridiculously underpowered formation in here, and getting to 251 not going to be a problem. So prioritizing the actual patron challenges, that's what we've done. Ooh, we're talking about artists. I usually use either the left or middle spec for Talon. I don't know if I've ever tried the right spec. Talon is solid. The only thing I just have to remember is I shouldn't use Talon when I've got an evil DPS. But like, if you've got a mixed bag, my favorite is using Talon in a mixed bag of evil and good, but my DPS is good, and yeah, Talon is super good. And the fact that you can kind of put Talon anywhere is real nice. Real nice. All right, let's go back to questions. Ooh, a bunch more came on in. All right, Frowning Fish. Oh, why are you so sad, Frowning Fish? What's the thinking behind making the new DM character a champ and not a patron? I don't know if I know the exact thinking with that question. I know we were super excited about getting someone special for our 100th champion. So I don't know if it was... I don't think it was that we were thinking of Dungeon Master. And for those that don't know, on Wednesday, the new event starts, and Dungeon Master is going to be the next champion available in this game. That's right, from the cartoon. If you're old like me, and I know I am, you remember watching the cartoon, you remember Dungeon Master, you remember being very upset that Dungeon Master would be cryptic and leave and then come back. And it's like, but no, help them! Anyway, I don't think it was a matter of... let's take Dungeon Master and figure out how to use them in the game. And once again, I'm kind of guessing on this because I don't know all the thinking behind it. I believe the thought process was, we've got our 100th champion coming up. We should make it something really special. Who would be really special? And Dungeon Master is kind of at the top of the list. Also, now that we have Dungeon Master coming into the game, if you haven't had a chance to check out their abilities and their specializations and what they can do, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty nice to have the Dungeon Master on your side. So I think it works out better for everybody. But yeah, I don't know if it was a this or that. It was just, we want to have a really awesome 100th champion, Dungeon Master. How do you do better than Dungeon Master? CF2 question/suggestion. I would love to see a stream where Michelle and Alexis show us some of the art from Idle Champions and explaining how the visual version of the character creature was created. When we're playing the game, sometimes the artwork disappears very quickly. Ooh, interesting. I like this idea. It might be a little hard. It might be a little hard for it to be a regular stream just because of how things are released. So there might be weeks where there's not much to talk about, and there might be weeks where there's too much to talk about. You know, to be honest, even though we'll be drawing other things during the show, if you came to our Wednesday show, which is sketching hour. Sorry, I've got something in my eye, and I'm trying to talk. I've got something in my eye. If you come to the sketching hour on Wednesdays in the afternoon, I've forgotten the time of my show. Wow. You come to the sketching hour on Wednesdays and you ask about a specific creature, they'll tell you. It's also very possible Alexis and or Michelle were not the people who worked on that creature because, you know, we've got a pretty large art department. So I think that's probably your best bet. Come to sketching hour, and if you've got a specific creature you're And I know, TF2, you're talking about, I'm familiar with the sketching hour. I really enjoy it. I know I've seen you in chat, and thank you. I'm just, at the moment, having a brain blue screening because I can't remember the time of my own show. It's a Wednesday, folks. It's a Wednesday. I can't remember when the show is. Believe it's 3 o'clock. But yeah, I'd ask there. I think that'll be a great place, at least for now, to ask those questions. And if either of them can answer, they absolutely will, because I know they like talking about art that's out in the game. And I like the idea of you asking specific art that's out in the game, because what we often get, for those that don't know, the Sketching Hour, Alexis and Michelle are two artists that work at Codename Entertainment. And what we do on the show is we have rolling tables of random things on them, a cute animal, an adjective, and a monster. And we roll on the tables and come up with like a random creature that they have to draw in the hour of the show while I work with chat and we chat about things. And we often get questions asking, hey, what's the most recent thing that you've worked on? The problem is our pipeline is such that it's sometimes hard to remember, I worked on something recently, is it out yet? Especially for like the art department and where they're not as involved with like the release of stuff. I get confused and I'm involved in the release of stuff. Those blog posts that you see go up, I write those. I didn't write that yesterday or 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I wrote that like weeks ago. So on a regular basis, when someone asks me about something that's coming up, when I do that's me making sure that I'm talking about the thing that's released and not the thing I'm working on or worked on or stuff like that. That was kind of a rambling answer to your very good question. I hope it helps. Pup Dakota, I started playing this game yesterday. Hey, and welcome. Welcome to Weekly Patronage. It's pretty fun, but still figuring out a lot. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the game. Is there a good resource figuring out formations? There are several. Now, I'm guessing, because I ramble, people in chat already answered this question. But for those who might be watching at home, I'm going to give a whole bunch of suggestions. The first, everybody grab your cups, our Discord, discord.gg/idlechampions. Our Discord is an absolutely excellent place to come to get suggestions on a regular basis for very specific formations all the way to general formations, and any other questions you might have. We have the Discord broken down into channels. There is a formation channel, and that is day or night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can jump on there, and chances are someone is going to answer your question about a formation or about anything Idle Champions related. So that's a really good place. There is a show on this channel that happens 2 times a week called Formation Save. And the reason it's called that is because either Sean and Taylor, or who are our two, the two people behind all of the tickets that come on in, or Sean and Mars, Mars being the wonderful person who's handling our production and our moderation today, they get sent formations by people in chat, and they can pull them up from the game and offer suggestions on making them better. So you can actually submit a formation to be looked at live on air, and they can move people around and check things out and try to figure out better ways of adjusting your formation to get a little further, or, you know, finish a adventure variant or something like that. There's also a subreddit that you can visit that has a wonderful community. There's also these chats that people hang out in. I mean, just because I'm talking here about patron stuff, if you want to ask people in chat about something else in the game and get some opinions, that's super cool. Like, we're all here talking about the game. If you want to ask, it's a little hard sometimes in the chat to describe a formation, so this might not be the best way, but, you know, if you want to hang out and chat and be like, I'm trying to get this Sunblight free play maximized, push my wall a little bit further, who do you suggest? You know, here's the champions I got, that kind of thing. You're more than welcome to. What we get a lot in our chat are what just happened, which is free time gate weekends, where 3 champions become available in a time gate for free instead of having to use the time gate pieces to unlock them. Usually once that goes live, any of the live chats that we have going on for streams, in the Discord, in any place in where people are talking about idle champions, people are asking for suggestions on who should I pick. You know, and that's lots of fun because everyone has their opinions and everyone is right. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Let's see. Alex Byrne, question. Why are you thinking about the campaign when doing patron free plays? The number of stages seems never to exceed 400. I do not get any relevant favor at that level. Yeah, but it's a little bit of favor. And often what happens, because I've got the Modron automation set up, what you have to remember is I leave this game running and for hours and hours and I walk away. And I'm one of those players who usually does that. I'm not actively playing as much. I spend 5 minutes, and I do a bunch of adjusting, and then I come back a little while later. And so, especially on Mondays, where I've spent 2 hours with you fine, lovely people working on a whole bunch of patron stuff, often because of that, I'll put the game aside on the window and I won't look at it for like the rest of the day because I'm catching up on other things. And so, yeah, I'm only going to 251. Is it a ton of favor? No, but every little bit counts. Also, to a much lesser extent, it's just nice to have some variety. It's just really nice to have the variety. Yeah, I could do Mad Wizard over and over and over again. But it's really nice to try a bunch of things and to see some, especially like Witchlight. I like going into Witchlight a lot because I don't get a chance to see those adventures and those backgrounds a lot yet because that's a very new campaign. So it's a chance to be able to come on over and check out some of, like we were talking about, the newer art that's in the game. All right, it is 1 o'clock. We still have one more adventuring party to set up. As new people from the game join us, I think now is an excellent time to get our third and final vote started to see what patron challenges are we going after next. So at the moment, we've got a Strahd, we've got a Zariel. For our third party, Vajra or Mert? Oh, Mars was on top of stuff. I didn't even finish saying something. And he already got the poll going. So if you are in chat right now, go ahead and click on the poll and vote. Do we want to work on Vajra or Mert challenges? Enter your votes now. I always kind of want to do like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire dramatic music. Enter your votes now. Just for fun. Thank you, Loki Grommel. Also, Garwar has guides for a lot of things. Garwar has guides for that. And hey, look, we are getting stuff done, right? I'll close that. So yeah, go ahead and vote for who you want brings enough bubble gum to share with the class. Ooh, it's close. It is surprisingly close. One of these days I should do another one of these votes in where you actually get to use your challenge coins. Because that's always fun just to see people go, I have thousands of these. Let me throw them at this problem. Let me throw them at this stream. Because why not? They're fun. Oh, Grey L Shape says, my current time gate run is for Polton because he has the worst gear of the choices available. I do that all the time. Especially the free time gate weekends. When it gives me the option, because I have all of the champions, I go with who has the worst gear. Let's get them some more gear. Absolutely. When I open up a time gate using time gate pieces, unless I'm looking for a specific champion to work on, I'm sorting by gear level. And I'm looking at, all right, who just needs better gear? Who am I? I still got some champions out there who have like a a blue instead of a purple. Who needs a purple? Let's get you a purple. Let's get back to... hang tight, everybody. Hold, please. Messages coming in. Important messages. There we go. Sorry about that. I had to respond to someone very quick about something. Good things. Happy things. All right, there's still a couple moments left. Vajra is winning by a skosh. By a skosh. And if you do have a question, now is also a good time to put that in chat, because we're going to take care of this final patron, and then we're going to be chatting. We're going to be chatting with the chat. It's going to be fun. Hey, Vajra's our winner. Vajra is our winner. All right. You know, I just tried to click on the game in OBS. That's not going to work. Lauren, that's not going to work. Okay. Vajra. What does she want us to do? No healing champions. I'll think about that. I'll think about it. Let's see. Jamila, Cadbury, Regis, and Dritz. Well. Alright, let's see what we can do. Constructs. Ooh, lots of constructs. Vajra is super unhappy with constructs. Let's go to Witchlight. I was just talking about Witchlight. Let's come on over here to Adventure Party number 3. And we want Vajra and Witchlight and slack-jawed Lorna. Where's... And now is the time in where I fail miserably at finding... Oh, geesh, why? There we go. The last place I go. I just really wanted to see all of the Watership Down references. Let us start this objective. Okay, so let's get Jamila out there. Well, actually, let's get a bunch of... there we go. So, you know, Jamila's going to be a pretty beefy DPS. Yeah, I mean, let's do this. I'm going to wait on that for a second. Let's see what we get. Cadbury, Regis, and Dritz. Yeah, I know Dritz is gonna fight for his right to be the DPS. Regis is over here. I haven't pulled out Regis in a while. Hey, there you go. And Cadbury. Let's do in front, and then I'll move him up. Let's have you do gold, since I'm trying to focus on Jamila being our DPS. Let's move you there. The two of you can just hang out in the back. All right. Oh, we want melee attacks. All right. Regis is healing, so we're not going to be able to go after the don't have any healers. We're basically focusing on getting the challenges done for these folks. So let's stick Briv in there. Let's get a Briv. Skipping and jumping, and yeah, let's also get a Shandy. Put you there. Ooh, we might put a Deacon. Deacon is not in another adventuring party. No. Let's get Deacon. We want to go faster. Yeah, it's a good place for Deacon. Sentry's always fun. Ooh. You know what? We got a lot of flexibility. Let's go for Tatiana. Does that mean I can have Desmond? I can't have Desmond. So upset. Okay, before I do anything else, probably gonna want Vi. We're trying to go fast, right? Okay, let's get Tatiana in here. All right. So we gotta move Jamila there. Ooh, benefit of evil. I got a couple evil. Let's do that. Let's hold off. We're gonna increase her sass. We want people coming fast. Okay. So I'm gonna have to respec. Actually, no, I don't have to respec. We can just put. Just do that. This all still works. Did I do the right thing with Deacon? Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I just automatically go for Doom 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 because how do you not go for Doom 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 on Deacon? Because Doom. But he's gonna be next to Jamila, so let's get the epic tale going on. And I've got Jamila there in the favored friend spot. So let us crank that. This means Jamila is not going to be next to tanks. Not unless I just stick a tank back there. Can I get some temporary hit points on you? Can I get some temporary hit points on you? I don't think Omen does temps. No. I'm sorry, I looked over at chat and I saw marshmallows and I'm very distracted now. Oof. I mean, it's not going to make that much of a difference, but here I am. Here we are. I don't think Omen does, but you know what? Omen is fun, so let's stick Omen there. And so, let's just... neither of these are gonna work. You know, because there's tanks. There's tanks in the formation. I don't have anyone doing any temporary hit points. Omen, we want to continue to apply champions that are adjacent. And I think we're doing okay. All right, okay. We got a couple speed people going on here. So that's going to help get this done faster. I mean, we got Tatiana and Vi and Shandy all making things go fast. And then we got Briv, who every once in a while is going to be like, bye-bye. Oh, hi again. How you doing? So, yeah. Optimized formation? Heck no. Working for this? Yeah. I mean, really, the only thing we're not going to be able to do is the healing champions. And that'll just be a second run some other time. So, let's save this formation. Let's do the Modron dance. This one. Just like to make sure all that is working. Oh, and I've already forgotten. Why can't I remember these numbers? Jamila needs to go to 250 plus. And I don't think there's a 300 anywhere. So yeah, we're back at 251. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Cheers, everybody. I'm so happy we were able to get Tatiana in there. She's super fun. All right, I guess I need to go back to the chat now and find out what is going on that everybody's talking about marshmallows. Not that I'm against it. I'm 100% for it. But I always get a little worried because when y'all start talking about Orkira stuff, I can get very distracted. Very, very distracted. Also, I love that just randomly I got the red panda and I got Bubbles in the red panda outfit. Oh, Tatiana just went for snacks. Speaking of snacks. Thank you, Tatiana. I am so happy. Okay, G-Mick, unyielding question. Theoretically, of course. What kind of restrictions would you like to see future patrons work with? Age, class, maybe including escorts or armored enemies instead of restricting champion choice? I mean, yeah, it's definitely going to have to be theoretical because I don't know. I know that the team is working on making those challenges more interesting and changing them age could be interesting because we've got a wide enough group of people. Class could be hard depending on the one that gets. Are you saying don't have this class available or only use these classes? Like that could be a little bit tricky. I'm not against it, but it's a little bit tricky. Maybe including escorts or armored enemies instead of restricting champion choices. That could also be interesting, but I don't know if it'd be possible to add those in with patron variants without it really messing up the event or the adventure variants. I've been asked this question before, and it's one of those in where, yeah, we all want more variety in the weekly challenges, but it's a hard thing to come up with things that are doable enough that they're not a chore, but are interesting enough to make you want to keep coming back, right? Hello, Joe Malo, and welcome. We're answering the age-old question, if you had to add a new weekly challenge to the weekly challenge board, something that would be doable by all, and yet still interesting, what would you add? And that's a hard question. It's a super hard question. I would like to see a lot of these go to 200 or higher, 250 or higher, 300 or higher, which, especially once you're talking about Strahd and Zariel, some of the later patrons, those are, like I've been talking about, areas that are actually not a challenge to get to. Could be interesting to have get to level 500 in free play, get to level 600 in free play. You know, kind of force you to push your wall a little bit if you haven't gone that far. I think it would have to be something not too high, you know, not like go to 900. I don't know what the actual number would be. That would be a good question for the people who crunch numbers to decide, not me. But that could be interesting. Could be a fun one to challenge people, especially once you get to Strahd and Zariel. You've probably pushed your wall that far anyway, and now every once in a while be like, just get to your wall, or get past it, or get to the specific one. I mean, I'm still working on my wall, so it could be interesting for Zariel, considering she's got these perks that are very specific for the Trials of Mount Tiamat. This would be hard to line up. So once again, grain of salt, this is me just talking about stuff, but it could be cool if one of Zariel's challenges was just go play in a Trials of Mount Tiamat game. Sorry, I'm considering how exactly you would work on that. Joe Malo says, I'd add heal X damage. That could be interesting. You know, we do have occasionally the, it's not an all tank party, but they do the, you know, don't have any tanks, don't have any healers, don't have any of this. I know that part of your question, Jamek Unyielding, was do it by class. If it was a low enough bar, like get to 200 areas and only use people with the tank tag. Now, everybody healers. Oops, all healers. Oops, all... Yeah, I don't think you could go class, but I think you could go role. I think you could definitely do role, and role could be fun. Especially since so many of our champions have multiple roles. So, you know, finish 200 areas with only champions that have the speed tag. You want to keep it low, but yeah, that could be kind of fun. Put together a gold formation. Put together this formation. I think that could be fun. It could be different, and it could also be encouraging to newer players who haven't thought about setting up those kind of formations yet, like having a dedicated, here's my speed group, here's my gold find group, here's, that kind of thing. I think that could be neat. I have no idea if it's possible. That might be one of those things where I say, oh, oops, all healers. And then somebody does the math and it's like, oh yeah, that's 4 because of just where champions are. So I don't know. Grambolite says, maybe get within 300 or 30% of your personal best max area. That could be interesting. Once again, I don't know. Some of these numbers that we throw around, I'm always very conscious of the fact that there are devs who know those numbers way better than I do. So I like these ideas, but I don't know whether the numbers are the right spot. But yeah. Yeah, Frowning Fish. Please don't add trials, tasks to patron challenges. The timers will and could be a pain to light up. I 100% agree. That's why when I said it, I preface it with like, oh, I don't know how you would line this up. Now, technically, the patron challenges run for an entire week, whereas trials is a week or less, depending on when you do it. So as long as if you had one of those challenges, as long as you did that challenge, as long as you ran a trials during that event, during that challenge, you could probably get it done. But you're right that, once again, the lining up could be a little hard. Chomolo, how about reset to 250 with a kobold as damage dealer? I mean, I like all the kobolds. Every kobold is good. It's been a while since I've been able to pull out Deacon. I like the kobold so much that I've got all the kobold skins. And of course I'm not pulling any of them up. Oh, there's Spurt. Why? Oh, so there's Calliope. Calliope's a kobold. I think Calliope actually looks better as a kobold. I think Calliope is adorable. And then where's Minsk? There's Minsk with a little boo as a kobold. Polymorphed as a kobold, not really a kobold, just seeming. There's Human, who is a human, absolutely. Where is my Havilar? It's hard to see. Well, you know what? I can just swap. Why you gotta do this to me? Give me Havilar. There we go. That was the original let's make Havilar or someone look like something else, because that was from an Idle Champions Presents episode and where everybody looked like kobolds. Everyone got turned into kobolds? Yeah, because we were owlbears, they got kobolds. I don't know who well, so this was from Idle Champions Presents Trials of Mount Tiamat. Group 1 all got turned into, or were looking like kobolds. Trials of Mount Tiamat, or not Trump. Idle Champions Presents Course of the Raven Queen. That one we all got turned into owlbears. I don't know, what's better, kobolds or owlbears? I feel like we should start a poll. Is Robogoblin in the chat? Because Robogoblin will be mad at me. Robogoblin will be so mad at me if I do this. Well, Nox Angus is starting off by saying kobolds. All right, the gauntlet has been thrown. What's better, kobolds or owlbears? Oh, Supply215 does give a very good answer, which is the correct answer is a kobold riding an owlbear. I mean, yeah. Why isn't that a possibility? Make it happen. Make it happen. Owlbears, kobolds, koala bears? Grown McGavin? Koala barrels, says Mars. All right. Apsa kobold lootly. All right. I appreciate all of the let's meld the, I've got chocolate in my peanut butter. I got peanut butter in my chocolate. Smush them together, make a thing. I like this plan. But like if you had to choose one, I am seeing a lot of kobolds. I am seeing kobolds win. Supply215, use the rules from Tasha's and stuff we can make a ranger. That could be interesting. So you can have an owl bear as a companion animal for a kobold ranger. Yeah. Or we get Strix a kobold costume so that when she summons Waffles, it's kobold and an owlbear. Noxangus says, fun fact, since kobolds are a small size, you can ride a mastiff if you buy one. Yes. Yeah, the small size creatures are fun that way. My podcast has a rock gnome in it, and early on, yeah, within like the first 3 or 4 months of the game, they made it to Waterdeep, and one of the first things they did in Waterdeep was the barbarian wandered off and bought the gnome cleric a riding mastiff as a gift, and had like an adorable little interaction with the proprietor of the shop of like getting all the barding for the dog and picking out a dog that he thought that she would like, and then so that mastiff is now named Coco Snoot, and Coco Snoot has been her riding dog for years. Coco Snoot is adorable, and I have been warned many times as a DM that if I kill Coco Snoot, that hell has no fury like a gnome cleric who has had their dog killed. So there've been a couple times in where I've been like, so Bernie, are you bringing Coco Snoot into battle? And she goes, no, because I know you. Fine. Crowdy Dragon. I suddenly have to get pulled away. I mean, it happens. So before I go, I just want you to know, Lauren, that I wear gloves frequently for health, and I love yours. Fingerless gloves are the best. Yeah, I'm not always a fan of wearing them when I'm streaming or doing work on the computer, but in this case, I need the extra support after playing English Horn all weekend because English Horns are heavy, and I basically had a wrist and hand workout for 2 days that I hadn't had to do in multiple years. I've played oboe over the last year. It's been infrequent because gigs are hard. Gigs are not happening a lot right now. But yeah, I basically had an English horn workout, a hand workout. And if I'm gonna wear one, I'm gonna wear both because I'm not gonna just wear one, especially since they're pink. I only have the pink ones. They don't really match, but I don't care because they're cute. Supply215, gnome version of John Wick. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. Timnos wants to know, what would a kobold use for their holy mount? I mean, I think we've answered it. An owlbear. or, because paladins can summon a Pegasus. But a Pegasus is a very large animal, especially for a small creature like a kobold. So could you summon a donkey or a pony Pegasus? A ponius? What is a pony Pegasus? What happens when you get the pony version of a Pegasus? Of a unicorn Pegasus. Like a white unicorn with a white unicorn pony with wings. I want this. Now I want this so bad. Or all black, like that glossy black with the black horn and the black wings. And then like blue eyes. You avoid the red eyes because red eyes seem to always be the indicator of evil creatures. But you do the glossy black with the blue eyes. It's like, oh, that's super cool. I want a pony with horns and wings. An alicorn, a mini peg, and apparently there's a thing, an alicorn. I did not know this was a thing. To the Googles. Oh my god. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised that I've thought of something that already exists. The horn of a... Okay. Okay, an alicorn is just a unicorn horn. So, the horn of a male narwhal. Okay, so an alicorn gets us the horn, but then we still need the pony and we need the wings. Maybe one of these list of winged horses. All right, let's look at the list of winged horses. Pegasus, the Hippotridon is a half horse, half rooster. Winged flying white horse. A mythical steed, winged celestial horse, mythical winged horse, horse, white winged horse. No, everybody wants to put wings on a horse. Nobody wants to put wings on a pony. Someone put wings and a horn on a pony, please, so that our kobolds can ride a size-appropriate mount. Our kobold paladins. I want it. I want it so bad. I might have to commission some artwork. This is my next character. Is a kobold paladin riding who can summon a winged alicorn pony. Burrock is a winged donkey. Interesting. Yes, and it is relatively uncommon knowledge that ponies are not just small horses. That is true. Ponies are a different thing. Yeah. The Mole's Revenge. I'm not going to say that out loud. But I will clap for that. The next sketching hour topic. True on ahead. Yes. Although, is it really a sketching hour topic, or is it just me showing up to the sketching hour and being like, all right, here's our 3 lists, and the monster list is a Pegasus, and the cute animal list is a pony, and the adjective is with a horn. And there's nothing else on the list. It's like, oh hey, Alexis and Michelle, you know, we've been doing this show for so long, and it's been hard to get stuff on the lists. And so I thought I'd just make this easy, and I just, we don't even have to roll. Look at that. Rig the vote, I dare you. I will say I post that list when I update it every week. I post that for Alexis and Michelle to see ahead of time. Partially so that if they want to veto something, they can. Mostly because on a regular basis, I forget to take off the last thing, and someone's just like, hey, we already did this. But yeah, save it for close to your birthday. Supply 215. My birthday was 2 weeks ago. I got a while. If I wait for my birthday, I got a while to wait. I got a little while. But yeah, that's what I want. I want a pony. I'm writing this down. A pony with wings and a unicorn horn with a paladin kobold. I've just sent that to Luke. Maybe we can get Luke to draw it. Cause yeah, I want a reddish brown kobold in like gleaming Bahamut platinum armor, riding a black pony with a horn and wings and blue eyes. This is what I want. Never too early to reskin Twilight Sparkle. The evil Smurf 42. Listen, I am all for reskinning. That's what I do for half of my D&D monsters. I'm at that point in where I grab the stat blocks of what I need and I just describe a completely different creature, because you know what? Statting monsters is hard. A moonicorn is a horned donkey? What? Moonicorn sounds like a one-horned cow. I approve, says Joe Malo. I mean, yeah, I want it to be a pony. I feel like donkey lends itself to a lot of jokes at this kobold's expense. And horse is just, it's going to make the kobold look too small. Like a proper sized horse, a little tiny kobold, and that's like you're making a joke. But a pony, Ponies are adorable. Ponies are so fast. You put a horn and wings on a pony, you're there. You're there. This is my new passion in life. Chat is getting everybody. We got people coming in from the Idle Champions game who are walking in thinking we're going to talk about Idle Champions and realizing that we're talking about Paladin kobolds riding a pony with a unicorn horn and wings, because that's awesome. But hey, welcome. We're in the final half an hour of weekly patronage. If you do have a question for me about the game, about kobolds, about ponies with wings, about a formation save, a familiar quest, which is happening tonight, or just anything else, go ahead and put question in big capital letters at the front of your question so that the amazing Mars can grab that question and put it into our backstage document, where I've just looked and found some other questions. Also, if you're out there and you want to draw of an epic black pony with a horn and wings being ridden by a paladin kobold of justice and Bahamut, let's do this. Tim knows question. I've noticed that you nowadays stream to both Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. I've watched from the YouTube side sometimes, and there are people occasionally in the live chat on that side that try to ask questions, and it's not obvious that no one is registering them. Oh, is this something you're aware of? Can something be done? I was aware of the first half, that we're experimenting with dual streaming. I was not aware of the second half. Well, we'll have to work on that. Mars, the wonderful Mars, has already actually made a note of this, because I got totally distracted talking about kobold paladins. Okay, Mars can actually see the YouTube chat, but our mods are not catching those questions. Yeah, we need to talk about it. Okay, that is good to know. We will see. Hey, if you're watching us from YouTube right now, welcome. Thank you. If you do have a question for us, hop on over to the Twitch channel and stick it into the Twitch chat. I'm not going to say you have to go ahead and watch all the time from Twitch. If you like watching from YouTube, I mean, more power to you. But yeah, we're still working out that dual streaming thing. And Mars wants to know, what are my thoughts on bubble tea? Delicious. There is a bubble tea place that's about 15 minutes from here that makes the taro bubble tea. Oh, so good. So good. Miki Murasao, question. Who is the favorite character you've played with up against in either a C&E stream or Black Dice Society? That's close enough to include here since you use their characters in the game, right? Are you, if you're asking as me as a D&D player, so like who as Orkira have I had is my favorite character? God, it's hard to pick one. It's super hard to pick one. I mean, Orkira has only been on Idle Champions Presents Court of the Raven Queen, so I've got a slightly smaller set to choose from. I mean, Vi is awesome, but I'm gonna admit it's just a pleasure to play with Jeremy Crawford on a regular basis. Well, in a stream. Like, it's a little nerve-wracking when you're playing a level 17 character with Jeremy Crawford and your level 17 character is a homebrew subclass on a stream with the lead rules designer of Dungeons & Dragons. That's not nerve-wracking at all. I had a lot of fun playing with Sharif, who plays Shaka from Rivals of Waterdeep. And especially because Sharif is so focused, and then also that manages to get really serious, really deep moments, and then also every once in a while just says something hilariously funny in the most deadpan way, which I love. That being said, I have to go with DJ and Desmond. Not that I'm super happy to have played with all of those people, but like, that was such a fun interaction. And Orkira has had positive interactions with both werewolves and with people with snacks. And so to have those two things meld, like, we got to have so many wonderful moments together. Like, B-Dave literally paused, I think it was episode 3, in the middle of my turn. We went to a to be continued because of a moment that was happening in the game and where Orkira was struggling with something to do to help Desmond. I'm trying not to spoil. I'm trying to talk around in circles. You should go to YouTube, which we'll go ahead and put in the chat. YouTube, go to our YouTube. Hey, if you're on YouTube, go stay at our YouTube and go check out Court of the Raven Queen. But yeah, I think Orkira and Desmond ended up having, at least in my opinion, some really awesome moments that if I ever get a chance to play Orkira again on a stream, those would be moments she would reference as important parts of history for her. Life-changing decisions, right? Right? There's something about, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to spoil it. I've already spoiled too much. Go ahead and watch it. It's super good. It's super, super good. Oh yeah, Miki Murasao, good answer. Literally just started watching Court yesterday. Enjoy. It's really good. And I know I'm in it, and that sounds super egotistical to say, but like, ignore me. Watch it for Aaron. Aaron is fantastic. On a regular basis, Aaron M. Evans is like, well, but I'm not an actress, and I'm not I can't do the acting thing. And then she just brings it every single time. I am still in awe about how quickly she can just start crying. Like, huh. But also she's funny, and like, getting a chance to watch her as Farida was amazing. Mark Meer is always a joy and always a pleasure to watch, and especially as such an over-the-top character like Bailoth. Sharif as Chaka is just amazing. I already talked about him. I talked about DJ's Desmond. Having Tatiana there, having Becca Scott come in. I wanted her to be in more episodes, but like, the way the story worked out, just gradually getting people on in, but like, having her join us, and the stuff that Desmond and Tatiana got to do together, because that's always a really interesting thing when you have two characters from the same show get put over in an Idol Champions Presents, because they're interacting with everybody else, but then they're also interacting with each other in ways that are self-referential, which are really, really fun. I feel like I'm missing tons of people. And then, there was Jeremy Crawford, who created a character who brought donuts. So there you go. How do you lose? How do you lose with donuts? So please enjoy. I love it so much. Toibu? I'm going to try to say it that way. If I've pronounced it wrong, my apologies. Toibu, question. Do you have any tips for a new Idol Champions player? Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us. New player. Yeah, let me give you a couple of very broad tips. First off, it's going to feel weird to be playing an adventure and you're going to get to a point where you can't go any further. You've hit what we call your wall. You can't push any further. The monsters are just too hard. And maybe you haven't even finished the adventure. Maybe the requirement is you're supposed to get to area 100 and you've only gotten to 75. It's totally okay. Go ahead and complete the adventure anyway. Because here's one of the big things about this game that can be hard to get into the rhythm at first. When you complete an adventure, even if you haven't successfully completed it, I was supposed to get to 100 and I only got to 75, you're still going to earn stuff. As you've been playing, you've been earning gems and you've been earning favor that you're going to be able to use on the next run in order to go a little bit further. That favor is going to build up and help you in that campaign. Those gems are going to let you buy silver and gold chests so you can gear up your champions. You're going to get a little more powerful. You're going to be able to go a little bit further. So don't be afraid to abandon a run and start over with all the new stuff that you've earned. You're not really going to lose anything. But it can feel weird. You might your impetus might be, oh, well, let me pile on a bunch of potions and I must, move stuff around and everything. Sometimes you just need to complete it, try again, whether it is with a different party or not. So that'd be one of my biggest suggestions, because I know a lot of new people trying to grok onto that. The other thing I will say is join our Discord, discord.gg/idlechampions. Drink. I say that because at our Discord, you can find a whole wonderful community of people who will be around to help you with a lot of the questions that might come up. Because you're more than welcome to ask questions here in the stream. We will answer them to the best of our ability. But, we don't stream all the time. Although it sometimes feels that way. If you come to our Discord, chances are there's going to be someone hanging around when you come on in and say, hey, I'm having a problem getting further in my free play over here. Or here's my formation. How do I move people around so that it's a better formation? And the Discord can help you, especially with those really specific questions where finding out some more information. Oh, what champions do you have? What's their gear level? How many snacks do you have? Things like that. Knowing those things in advance can help a lot. So those are my two suggestions. Do not be afraid to complete an adventure, even if you're not done with it. If you hit your wall, come to our Discord. And for those of you wondering why we drink, it's because I talk about the Discord a lot, and so now I have to drink every time I talk about it. But that's okay. Time Lord Major. Hey, Lauren, question. Can you say happy birthday for me in Orkira's voice? It's your Time Lord Major, it's your birthday. Hey! Happy birthday. I hope you have lots of snacks. I'd ask how old you are, but I know I'm not supposed to do that with a lot of people. I mean, in my culture, it's fine. It's fine. Like, the older you get, the more people are supposed to respect you. So it's actually nice to say what your age is. But then I asked that of Alindra, and she got really mad. So I won't ask what your age is, but happy birthday. There you go. I haven't dropped into Orkira in a while. Solar accent question. I'm fairly new to the game. Welcome. I love that we've got so many new people. It seems as though Jarlaxle is far outclassing any of my other DPS champions. Is this normal? I feel as though other champions should be doing more damage. It is very normal, especially at first. When you first start out, when all you have are the evergreen champions and the core set of champions, the ones that just come with the game, Jarlaxle is not only a solid DPS, he's early enough in the formation, he's early enough in your lineup that you're going to unlock him pretty quickly. And up until then, you've got Brunner, who is kind of he can do some damage, but he's basically a support character. You've got Celeste, who is definitely a support character. You've got Nayeli, who is a really good tank, and then you get Jarlaxle. And Jarlaxle is gold fine, but he's also DPS. And yeah, that is 100% normal that Jarlaxle is going to be a really good DPS for you at first. And then as you keep going, Calliope is going to be a really good buffer. Ashara is a really good DPS down the line, because the bonds that you get with Ashara can be used in ways that make her incredibly powerful, but that's kind of a down the line thing. Minsk is probably going to be the next champion in the line that's going to be a really powerful DPS. Like, that's his main goal. But because he has a focus on what kind of what kind of creature he's going after and will do more damage to, and especially gear-wise, sometimes even Jarlaxle can be a little bit better. Delina is also a DPS, but, is not necessarily as powerful. Makos will also be a really good DPS, surprisingly good, in my case anyway. But he's mostly for gold find. I find him way more useful for gold find and for buffing. Tyrell is tank support. He can do some DPS. Do not discount his ability to DPS. I got Jamila here. Jamila is just a tank of a DPS. Jamila is hardcore. Jamila's just gonna, everything that Jamila does is how much more damage can I do. And then we get to the end. So yeah, it is 100% normal that your Jarlaxle would be kicking butt and taking names, because especially when you first start out, Jarlaxle is the first damage dealer that you get in the lineup, and the first one who is going to be a damage dealing DPS that doesn't necessarily need any specializations in order to make things work. So yeah. Also, there are going to be times in where, as you continue to play, and as you build up a roster of champions, and as you unlock more and more formations, where even someone that you've come to rely on as your top DPS is suddenly not the best person for that job. Maybe the requirements for that adventure variant mean that you can't use Jarlaxle. Maybe you've amassed some event champions, and now you've got Farida, and Farida is just super powerful and awesome. There's a lot of reasons why you kind of you're going to move around a lot. And so you're going to have, you'll always kind of have your favorites, but it'll change as you go about who you like using where. That was kind of a rambling answer to a very good question, but to, once again, is it normal? 100% normal. And yeah, you'll probably get to the point in where other champions will be doing more damage, especially early on. Check your gear. If Jarlaxle has better gear than Jamila, doesn't matter how beefy Jamila is, Jarlaxle's probably going to do better as a DPS. So you might need to open up some more chests, get Jamila a little bit more gear, and then you'll see her DPS rising. Oh yeah, and that's true. I didn't even talk about Hitch, who is, if you sign up for the Idle Champions newsletter, which is right here, which I am already signed up, so I'm not going to sign up again. But if you sign up for the newsletter, when you sign up, we give you Hitch, who is an awesome all-round buffer. And yes, I did see the Evil Smurf 42 Hitch can out DPS Jarlaxle once you get past around 200. So yeah, there's a case in where Jarlaxle is going to be your main DPS for 200 levels, 200 areas, and then you might switch to Hitch. But sign up for the newsletter so that you can get Hitch. And then my suggestion is, and I know I'm a person who works for a company who's telling you to sign up for a newsletter, and everyone has that reaction of, oh, no, don't make me sign up. I don't want to get spam in my inbox. I promise. We are only going to send you stuff in your inbox that is worth you reading. And most of the time what you get on Fridays is you get a newsletter from us that's letting you know what the weekend buffs are and giving you a chest code for a free chest. So we try to give you a newsletter that's not only informative, but gives you stuff. And no, we're not going to fill up your inbox with spam. I promise. So sign up for the newsletter. You will not be disappointed. I thought I saw for a second Hitch is worth the price, and the price is free. But no. Hitch is actually a really good. All of the core champions and the evergreens that you get just by playing, they're all solid champions. You are never going to be upset using those. I mean, here we are. I'm using Jamila as my DPS. Super happy to. I got Dritzt in there. I've got, let's pull up the adventuring parties. I mean, here's Jarlaxle. I've got Calliope. I know some of this was like the challenges that we were trying to do. But also, like, here's Tyrell as a tank in there. There's Hitch. There's a Hitch. So yeah, your core champions are going to be, they're going to be workhorses for the entire life of this game. And you're never going to be disappointed. And if one of them ends up being your top something for a while, that's totally normal. Oh, someone asked about how to move so fast. How do you make the game? They put the clip into chat. The clip is very good. The clip will go through all the different ways. But since someone asked, and we've only got a couple minutes left, I will give the quick talk. So why is this game moving so fast? Right now, the main reason this specific game is moving incredibly fast is because I've got several champions in this formation who their job is to, in a variety of ways, speed up the game. Some of them are literally making the game go faster. Some of them will skip levels of the game. Some of them will, if they're not enough, like Tatiana just ran off and now she's gonna run back. That's literally her going to get a snack and coming back, and she brings a bunch of creatures with her. And that's one of the ways that you speed up the game, because you're trying to finish off, so many creatures. You're trying to defeat so many monsters. If you need more on screen, you can get more on screen. So right now, that is how this game is going really, really fast. One of the other ways that you can do it, you can use potions of speed, which, as you can see, will accelerate the game to, what was it in Spaceballs? They've gone to plaid. So yes, you can go really fast. You can go super fast. And so yeah, that's basically what's going on here. But that clip that just got put into chat is also a really good reference for how things go fast. All right, we are pretty much at the end of this show. Thank you, everybody. Before we go, let's jump back to Baldur's Gate. Let's see how... so for those of you who joined us late, this is an adventure variant that we are trying to finish. And by we, I mean me and chat. Chat helped. Ludicrous speed! Yeah, I gotta watch that movie again. Spaceballs is so good. But yeah, the other two we were just trying to get a bunch of challenges done. But here we're trying to get to 550. We're doing okay. We're still chugging along. We're still having some fun. We're still killing things really fast, so I'm not worried yet. Not worried yet. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you to everyone for joining us for another episode of Weekly Patronage. I want to thank Mars, who has been an amazing help with grabbing questions from chat and putting them into our backstage chat. Also for making sure that anytime anything needs to be referenced in chat, like the Discord or the YouTube or the How Do Things Go Fast clip, are put in there in an expeditious way. I'd like to thank everybody in chat for hanging out with me for these last 2 hours, because I couldn't have done this without you, literally and figuratively. I'd like to thank Luke, who I've told about the pony with wings and a unicorn horn being ridden by a paladin kobold, and he says he's on it. No pressure, but I am excited. Thanks for horsing around. Sean Dragon. I'm gonna make you pony up for that pun. All right, at that point, it's time to go. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. Thank you, everyone. I will see you next encounter. Make sure you stick around tonight. And stick around, I mean, come back in 3 hours for a Familiar Quest. Episode something. Hope Lavelle is once again guesting on tonight's episode of A Familiar Quest, playing Dottie, the Dandelion Familiar, who is the familiar who is available right now as a charity drive. We're doing the net proceeds from all Dottie sales through May 3rd will be donated to Conservation International. And if you'd like to learn more about Dottie, watch A Familiar Quest tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific, 3 hours from now, on this very channel. A bunch of very cute, the most adorable familiars going through the horrors of Ravenloft. How much more horrific can it get? How much more cute can it get? You'll have to watch and find out. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next encounter. Bye!